Hey everyone, it's Erad, and so in today's video we are diving into a topic that's been heating up the Star Citizen community for many years at this point: ships that have been nerfed by Empire Games developers. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or a newcomer to the verse, we've all had that moment where you saw your favorite ship get hit with a nerf hammer. Now, you might be wondering, what's the point of nerfing a ship that was balanced in the first place? Well, it's all about the long-term balance of the game. Empire Games has to make sure that ships aren't too overpowered, so the universe stays fun and competitive for everyone, no matter their playstyle. In today's video, we'll be looking at 5 ships that have faced the nerf stick over the years, from stealthy boarders to massive capital ship hunters. Some of these ships were hit harder than others. We'll break down exactly what has changed, why Empire Games decided to make those changes, and what it means for the future of the game. So grab a seat, let's get into it. Welcome to Star Citizen Ship Talk. First up on our list is the Mercury Star Runner, the MSR for short. This ship was originally one of the best all-rounders in Star Citizen, with great speed and solid combat capabilities. The MSR's versatility made it a favorite, as it could do everything from data running, which is not there yet, to light combat without missing a beat. However, players started to notice that its effectiveness was a bit too much, especially when it came to avoiding combat and making fast escapes. It was the perfect ship for players who like to run solo with a minimal crew, and it could handle itself both in PvE and some PvP situations, more like for escaping, not really for fighting. Anyway, in response to this, Empire Games made a decision to reduce the MSR's ability to easily evade enemies and make it more vulnerable in combat. By reducing its speed and slightly lowering its durability, they ensured that players would have to think more carefully about how they use the ship. It's still an excellent choice for its intended role, but now it requires more strategy and caution when dealing with hostile players. Next up, we've got the Drake Corsair. This ship came into Star Citizen with a lot of hype: 2 big guns, a powerful design, plenty of power for both exploration and combat. The Corsair quickly became known as a serious threat in PvP, capable of easily taking out smaller ships and giving larger ones a hard time as well. Its combination of agility for its size, firepower, and durability somehow for a Drake ship made it a top contender in combat scenarios. However, as players began to fully realize its combat potential, the Corsair started to dominate too many engagements, particularly for PvE engagements. Empire Games took notes of this and decided to nerf the Corsair, toning it down, especially when it comes to its effectiveness in combat. The changes including reducing its speed, lowering its firepower, and also these adjustments were made to return the Corsair to its intended role as an explorer rather than making it a combat-focused ship, especially the go-to combat-focused ship for some people out there. Now, it still retains its versatility, but it's no longer as dominant as it used to be, making it a more balanced ship within the larger scope of Star Citizen's roster. Moving on, we've got the Ion ARS and also the Inferno. These 2 ships are part of Crusader's heavy-hitting ARS series designed to take down big targets like capital ships. Both these ships were built for firepower and durability, with the Ion specializing in laser weapons to deal massive damage to larger ships, and the Inferno relying on ballistic weapons for even more punch. However, the power of these ships quickly became too much for smaller crafts, and they started to dominate in PvP fights against smaller ships, something they were not originally intended for. Empire Games made the decision to reduce the firepower of the ARS series, making these ships less lethal to smaller ships without compromising their role as capital ships hunters. The nerfs were aimed here to ensure these ships didn't become the go-to choice for anyone looking to clear out in a dogfight or engage in solo PvP. While they are still effective against larger targets, the ARS ships are no longer quite as overwhelming when it comes to small-scale combat. Next, we've got the Aegis Redeemer. Yes, the Redeemer. A ship that's always been a fan favorite ever since its inception, back then when we have the next great starship. This heavily armed gunship was perfect for those who wanted to be the king of the battlefield. Fully crewed, the Redeemer could take on pretty much nearly anything thanks to its quad turrets and its powerful missile loadout. It was a great option for organized groups who wanted to dominate in PvP. However, as it often happens with ships that are too good, the Redeemer started to feel a bit like an unfair advantage in some scenarios, particularly in some battles in which it was manned solo. To balance things out, CIG made out some adjustment to the Redeemer. First, its speed was reduced as well as its firepower, which saw some of its gun get to a lower size. Climate Imperium Games also made a few changes when it comes to its durability here, making sure that it's not as tough to take down as it used to be. While the Redeemer is still a force to be reckoned with in combat, it now requires more coordination and strategy to be truly effective, and that's exactly what they wanted. Last but not least, we got the espir prowler. This ship was originally a stealthy, fast-boarding craft that many players love to use for pretty much any situation. The prowler's strength lay in its ability to get in and out of situations without being detected, making it a fantastic choice for those looking to infiltrate enemy lines. However, players quickly realized that the prowler's high speed and agility, as well as its firepower, made it more than capable in combat, including in dogfighting, allowing it to easily take on smaller ships. Its stealth capabilities combined with its combat potential made it a bit too strong for its intended role. Cloud Imperium Games responded by nerfing the prowler's speed, reducing its combat effectiveness, and also making it less durable. These changes were designed to bring the ship back to its roots as a boarding vessel, making it less viable as a combat ship. It's still a fantastic choice for stealth missions, but it's no longer the PvP powerhouse it used to be when it was released. So there we have it, 5 Star Citizen ships that have been nerfed over the years, and the reasons why. Nerfs are always a hot topic in any game, and they are a necessary part of the balancing of the universe to make sure that no one has a ship that completely dominates the others. Whether it's reducing speed, tweaking the weapon stats, or just adjusting hit points, Cloud Imperium Games constantly works to keep things fair and fun for everyone. If you got a favorite ship that was nerfed and didn't make the list, well, please also let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss a video. I've got a giveaway this month. I'm giving away an Envil Super Hornet Mark II, so make sure to subscribe and like. 10 entries will be given that way, automatic entries for Patreon and YouTube members. Big shout out to Dr. Fabin, Shadow Rise, Ducky to Ducker, and Zio Corsair. I've been Irad, and I'll see you guys in the next one.